these are the cards that we've decided we are going to submit for grading. We went through the piles of cards that had potential value and then self-graded them so that we think that all of these cards are PSA 7 or better. Our goal is to make $2,000, but we have the potential to maybe make more. So part 2 won't be coming anytime soon, but I am excited to finally answer the question of if you can actually make money selling your old Pokemon cards. Because a lot of people talk about it, and I've watched some videos where people are like, oh, this card is worth X amount of money. I would like to see if that actually is true for the average Joe Pokemon collector kid, now as an adult. That would be Stan.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Life on the Franch. I hope you all been doing well. It's nice to see you guys again. It's just currently the summer, so we've been traveling a lot, so it's a little difficult for us to have a regular upload schedule, but still we're going to be chiming in every once in a while to give you some updates on our lives. And today I have a very exciting update that after a year and a half, we've got a PSA update for you all. So to recap, we got our first shipment here of 4 cards. We got a secondary shipment here. These all were sent in the regular service. And the turnaround time, I think, was about 4 months, but I'll correct myself if I was wrong here. And so when we got these cards back, it was super exciting. Very nice to see them. They got some good scores. So these 2 ended up being a 9 and ended up being the most valuable of the bunch. Was it worth sending them regular? Unfortunately not. Their values were not to the point where we needed to be insured, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. The other shipment was sent as a value, and before we sent the shipment, value was about $10 per card to evaluate, and we sent out about 120 cards, so $1,200 to get them all shipped out, and these were all from my childhood. And just generally very interested to see how well they did. But, we asked the question, it was the thumbnail of the video, will it pay for our wedding? Let's find out. Yeah. Here's the box, baby. Boom. Nice, big, secure. So I'm going to cut this guy open and see what we got inside. All right, so here is a box within a box. Looks like they've subdivided it into multiple mini boxes, which is going to be really nice for keeping them stored and safe. So I'm going to get these out and then see what's within them. All right, so inside of the box, we had 5 little mini boxes here. They are surprisingly heavy. Hear the weight to them? It's nuts. Okay, so I realize that the boxes have numbers on here. So this is number 1. I think it's so that they preserve the order in which you submitted them. I'm not so concerned about what the order is, but let's see what's in box number 1 here. So here they are, all packed up here. Now, I just wanted to bring you guys along the ride for what it's like to open the shipment, because it's my first time, and if it's yours as well, I think you would like to been along for the ride. And it's been a year and a half. I know you guys have been sitting at the edge of your seats for that long. I'm not going to go over each one individually because there were a lot of cards here. But instead, I think I'm going to hit you with the highlights as I go through them. And then, I'll see you guys at the other end for a whole wrap-up of how this haul went. Okay, so here's our first highlight. This is a card that I graded for Francesca because she thought it was cute. It's a little Rattata inside the bushes. First edition, Gym Leaders Challenge. I'm super happy with the way that it turned out. It's super cute, and it's a PSA 8, so near mint score, so it's in very good condition, and the back looks nice as well. So, Francesca, look forward to getting this as a Christmas present someday soon or in the future. Oh, this one was my favorite as a kid. The Scizor looking so angry. Japanese, Neo Genesis. Neo Destiny, I think it is. Neo 2, yeah. So, yeah, really like this card. Glad it came back in 9-2. This one here is the first PSA 10 that I've revealed. It is a PSA 10 first edition Neo Genesis Stantler. This was an uncommon card, so it's not as sought after, I think, but it still fetches a nice price because of the PSA 10. It's hard to get that PSA 10 mint value, and it's also, I didn't realize this is the first PSA 10 even of the bunch that we've had before. So very cool. Here it is. There you go. Just hanging out in the wind in the mountains. The back looks very crisp and well centered. So I can see how this would get a 10 versus some of the 9s that I've seen before. Maybe I'll see a defect here or there. This one is very crisp and very, very happy to have it. So just for the memories of it all, these and this one here were part of something called a premium file back in the day. They were packed as a group when Pokemon Gold and Silver were coming out for the first time. And I remember going to the comic book store and like begging my dad to buy this premium file, which had these 3 holographics in it from Japan. I think it was like $60 at the time. And so it's just so funny to see them all here, like graded now, I guess 22 years later. Is that right? Yeah, it's just so funny. You never know what'll stick around and what'll stay with you. I'll put these guys together and make sure that they got friends here. There you go. Nice little stack. We've got another PSA 10 here. Here comes Team Rocket. I read somewhere online that because the hollow pattern is quite small, it's right here, that this will frequently get high grades. So not uncommon because this is very hard to scratch. But still, this means that the centering is good, that the whiting on the edges is good too. So it still will fetch a nice price on the market. But it's still just for the memorabilia of it, also a very, very fun card. You got Meowth sitting in there, Jesse and James looking dapper. So yeah, happy that this came back at 10 as well. Okay, so these are maybe 2 of my regrets of the bunch. They're shadowless energies, and I thought them being shadowless in the heat of the moment was going to be really cool. But energies come with every pack, and these are pretty common. So would I send them again if I had the chance to rewind time? Probably not. But here they are, and you can make a little funny face or something. There you go. Wow. Here's the face of disappointment.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
All right, so here they are all unpacked. So lots of cool cards in here. Very cool. Some of the top cards are in here as well, mixed in. Some of the TV series as well. So it's a good collection. It's fun to see them all, properly graded from the binder where they once came from. I think what I'm going to do now is sort them because I'm curious to know, okay, you've kept your Pokemon cards in a binder. What's kind of the ratio of like good cards to bad cards that you'll have? Keep in mind also, I'm a selection barrier here. I went through and sorted the cards and tried to find ones. I think maybe about 80% of the cards that I had in my Pokemon card binder stayed in the binder and were not shipped out. So because either they had like a little dents or I was certain they weren't going to get better than that. Need to know. So through my, selecting out cards, nothing got less than a 5 here. All of them were 5 or above, excellent condition. Let's see though what the breakdown was of like 5s to 9s to 10s. How many of each did we get? So most of them ended up in the 9 and 8 and 7 category. These are pretty high stacks. Also, something I forgot to mention is that we still have one more shipment in the PSA's queue. So maybe another 20 cards are still coming our way. So our shipment's not complete, but still we've got a little bit of ways to go. One thing that I wanted to look, while I was sorting through them, I saw 2 Chansey in here that had different scores. So I wanted to compare them and see if we can tell a difference between what a 7 and an 8 are. So give me a second to try and find them. Okay, so my memory was a little bit off. These are 2 Chanseys, but one of them is in Japanese and the other one is in English. And so it's a little difficult for me to, compare them side by side because the backs are so different and the fronts are so different. So these two I can't really assess and compare, but I did find 2 other cards that were duplicates, and those were the Vaporeon. So the Vaporeon here are identical, so should be the same card here in holo pattern. So let's take a little deeper look and see if we can find what makes them so different. So this one on the right is a 7 and this one is a 6. So I think it's pretty close. Let's see the back side here. Oh, it's so hard to tell. I don't know what metric they were using to distinguish these two from one another. Is that a marking there? No, that seems to be part of the print. I'm going to take a closer look off camera and see what we got. Okay, so I gave these guys a look on their corners. I think this is what kind of notched them down both below 8 territory. So the corners could have been a lot crisper. But in terms of what makes this a 6 and this a 7 is the holo pattern. These two have a lot of holo to them. It's going to be hard for me to distinguish what makes it so different. Maybe you can catch it here. But this one has a lot more like little micro scratches, and this holo pattern is much more consistent. Yeah, I think you can catch it through the reflection. You can see a couple of the scrapes here. So this one got a little dinged up somewhere along the way, and this not by the PSA or by shipping or anything, but over the course of 22 years, versus this one stayed a little more pristine and so didn't get the scratches on the surface. But both of them could have fared better to get up to the higher marks. I want to do a little bit of a deep dive too on the 2 PSA 10s that we got, and then I think I'm going to wrap up here. So the PSA has this little app here that they use, and you can scan the barcode of your card to learn more about it. So here we go. Here is the Stantler First Edition. The price is about $100, so fair because it's an uncommon card. Card number 76 of this set. Population 48. That's really nice. This is a low population card. Maybe because people don't really think to grade it because of its rarity. Oh, it's not even uncommon. It's common. But the fact that it's first edition really helps out. So there are 48 other PSA 10 Stantlers out there. Let's see about that Team Rocket card. Okay, here we go. All right, the Team Rocket card, because it's a holo, because it's rare, certainly there's going to be a higher population here. So this guy is one of 156 different cards. And let's see. Price guide here, also about $100. So yeah, over here, these 2 cards, about $200. Not bad. These 2 up here, this one was about maybe 200 and also 200. So we got about 600 here. Overall, with the PSA 9s and PSA 8s, this collection would go for about $2,000 to $2,500. So was it worth the upfront investment of going in and grading them? As long as you're not crunched for time, I'd say yes. They're certainly worth more than they were ungraded, and the grading costs at the time, being at the value prices that they were, was accessible. I think the value service only just reopened for PSA, so I don't have an idea of what the prices are. Maybe if it's $20 a card, might not be worth it. Maybe I'll put them up here. And also I'll put up if I think they're reasonable. Also right now with the collectible scenes and just the market as a whole, it's not a great time to sell. So I will be holding on to these for a little bit. Maybe wait until the 30-year anniversary of Pokemon, because I feel like the 25th anniversary this year is what created all of the hype. So we'll see how that shapes up in the future. For now, I'm not in a place, and grateful that I'm not in a place where I need to sell these instantly. I can sit on it, can wait for the second shipment to come back, and then assess from there what I want to do to recuperate the cost, if at all, at that time. It's a bit of an investment, but also it's a lot of nostalgia. It's just so cool to see these cards in a, minted state, much more official. And yeah, getting back into Pokemon, I guess. It's not what I expected from this journey, but very happy to be here because it's fun. Look at this stuff. They just don't make them like they used to. So that's the big update from the PSA that I have for you guys today. It's been a crazy ride waiting a year and a half to get these back, but they're back now. I'm super happy to have them. And thank you, PSA, for grading them. Thank you for younger me for preserving them. But most importantly, thank you to current you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of our content. Hit the bell button if you want to get notified for when the next update comes around. We'll update you then. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.